people wonder they say shall never end. Right now, they said the families of the elders who are involved in this Àrùn Òkunkun attack, they said these families have wept so bitterly, and that is because when the king came out from seclusion, you know, hoping to do something to help the elders who were struck with strange illness, not knowing that it was the gods who struck them with those illness due to what they have committed. You know, they said the king himself wept over this development because he never knew that those elders whom he trusted so well were working against him and his wife. So, information have it that the families begged the king that he should intervene by offering some kind of doing some rituals and sacrifices for these people so that they will regain their health and everything. Because before that incident, before Kabiyesi entered into seclusion, they said even Kabiyesi himself have been trying to help them by sending them to different hospitals. At first, they said he sent them to Equity Hospital in Lagos, because you know that Equity Hospital is world standard. They said the hospital is something great. So, but unfortunately, medically, these people were okay. But within them, they are crying every day. So, or not until Kabiyesi entered into seclusion and find out that that sickness was not ordinarily. So when they wanted to do some incantations, you know, to appease the gods so that these people will regain their health and everything, unfortunately, they said there are things that was revealed, and at the end of the day, they said that the gods have closed the door of mercy for these people. It was the king who revealed it after some intervention, because we all know that the king is like a middleman between the gods and the people. It's not in terms of being a far priest too, because he's their spiritual father and all of that. So, from what they said the reason the gods were too angry over these people to the point that even if they offer sacrifices, because when things like that happened in the past, you know, they said there was a particular king of Ile-Ife kingdom that it happened during his reign. And that time, those people appeased the gods and went and begged the priestess that they gang up and sent out of the town, out of the kingdom, you know. Then when the priestess forgave them and came back to the land, they regained themselves, as in they were able to live again. But they said the person who masterminded that idea never made it alive. That is because the gods decided to use him as an example. But in this particular case, they said the reason the gods have closed their door of mercy towards these people is because, one, there are places that those people they went to, and they told them that this queen and the king, that their journey of love and destiny did not start in this generation, that it started way back. It has been something that have been existing, and in this particular generation they are meant to come back and stay together, so that this is going to be the last generation that they will be together, you know, that kind of stuff. They will have to come back together. That the places that they went to, those people explained those things to them, telling them that fighting these people, that when the gods arise against them, that they are not going to survive it. That is what they said. The places that they visited during the time they were working against the queen to pursue her out of the palace, you know. So, upon all those explanations, that they have done terrible things, not one, not two, not three. And that is why that is the reason that the gods decided to strike them with this Àrùn Òkunkun sickness, you know. And there is nothing anyone can do about it. Even if they confess, even if they do any form of appeasement, that the gods will no longer listen on their behalf. They said their family cried their eyes out. Their families, they wept. And I was like, what did they gain? What did they gain? Because to me, I believe that what God said will be, will be. And if, according to what we are hearing, it is their destiny that they are going to reunite in this generation and never get separated again, there is nothing any man can do about it, because I believe that it is their destiny. One thing about destiny is that it can be delayed, sometimes altered, but can never be denied. Yes, because the delay that they are experiencing in their destiny right now is all these things that is going on between them, all these challenges, all these trials and temptation, you know. But despite those trials and temptation, they still love themselves. The queen have refused to move on. The king, on the other hand, have refused to let go. And from what we are hearing, they are working towards coming back together. Then you, a mere mortal who does not know where their journey started, who does not know their destiny, even when the people who are seers are telling you that you don't have to hurt these people, you don't have to provoke the gods, because you are fighting the chosen one. Because the woman in question, if you check the way she entered the palace, she did not enter the palace just like Igbi. She did not enter the palace like all these other Oloris who have been married and entered the palace and got married to the king. Just like Ebony them who have gone outside to have another child, to have a daughter for another man, and came back and got married to the king. Her story is different from the others. As a matter of fact, people believe strongly that it is their union is orchestrated by the gods. Yes, because remember when they said the king traveled to Brazil? At first, this thing happened 9 years before he became a king. A seer he met there told him that he's going to be a king. I don't know if he believed it or he doubted it, but after 9 years or so, according to the story, he became a king. When he was having issue with the not keeping women and not having a son, they said he made the same journey to Brazil. It was the same seer who told him that, look, you are going to meet with a young lady, a young preacher. And that young preacher is your journey mate on the throne. And the young preacher is the one that is going to bear you a son. Did it happen or not? He met with the queen, and the queen was so young and the preacher then. How then do you explain all this? So, to tell you that their meeting is not just coincidence. And anyone who is fighting their union is fighting the gods. And that is how they said these elders who fought them, they ended up bringing the anger of the gods upon them. So right now, they said they are in serious pain. Despite all the places that their families have taken them to for healing, they are not receiving any healing. And even when their problem have been reviewed, because most times they said problem shared is problem solved. Now that the gods have reviewed what their problem is all about, and yet there is no solution, because they have been warned. They said they have been warned severally, but they are bent on achieving their mission. And right now, look at their condition. So they said the family wept, begging the king, but the king told them that there is nothing he can do at this point, that the gods have closed the door of mercy towards these elders. I just pray that others will learn from them if all this story is the truth, okay? Like I will always tell you, these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless we verify them, okay? Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share the video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.